Welcome to the Rap Soul Podcast, where we dive deep into the world of music that moves our hearts and gets our feet tapping. This is the intersection of rap and soul music from the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. We appreciate you for listening. Share this podcast with a friend or family member who loves music as much as you do. The podcast is hosted by 12 Kyle. Next up, the Rap Soul Podcast.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for downloading. And thank you for subscribing to the latest edition of the 12 Kyle podcast. I'm 12 Kyle. Check this out. On this episode, we're going to take it back. We're going back to 1995. August 3rd, 1995. That was a pivotal day in hip-hop history. On that day, the second annual Source Hip Hop Music Awards took place. Now, if you know about the 95 Source Awards, you know a couple of things happened. You know that Outkast got booed. You know that Snoop Dogg grabbed the mic from Dr. Dre and addressed the crowd when they booed Dr. Dre. And you know that Suge Knight famously got on stage and dissed Puff. However, some of the things that were never talked about were some of the actual awards that were handed out that night. So on this episode, which is part one of 2 episodes that we're going to do, we're actually going to talk about the awards. We're going to talk about some of the things surrounding the awards and who we would have voted for each award. And of course, we'll get into the controversies. And I've got a special co-host riding with me on this one. My man Eclectik is back in the building. So sit tight. After the break, we will get this podcast jumping. Let's get it. And just like that, we are back. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks again for checking out the latest edition of the 12 Kyle podcast. Once again, I'm your boy 12 Kyle. And as always, man, we got a special co-host. Well, he's really not special, but we'll make him feel special anyway. You know him, the man on my left who's reciting he's deaf. Eclectik is in the building. E, what up, baby?
Yo, MCs and my people call me Clank. What up?
What up? What's good? What's good?
Nothing, man. It's good to be back. Yeah, coming on your show reminds me that I need to start recording again. So. Yeah, I know. So, but nah, it's good to be here. We're talking about some good stuff. It's always good to be on the show. And no matter what we talk about, it's gonna be funky. So,
of course. And you know what's dope, man, is like every time you come on, people always hit me up on social media and they always talk about how well we mesh together. And that's when I'm like, he needs to do more podcasts so people can hear him more.
Yeah,
so,
I'm gonna kill it next week.
And I gotta say, Eclectik on IG, greater than Eclectik on Twitter.
It is not. Twitter was way better.
I'm talking about what I get.
Enjoyment.
Yes, my enjoyment from you on IG is way better than my enjoyment. Not that you were bad on Twitter, but your IG is kind of popping, man.
Out of control.
This man is in a band. I didn't even notice.
I'm not in a band.
You play at Harlot. Every Wednesday night?
Look, man, I just be chilling, man, enjoying the vibes. That's all.
And I meant to text you the other night too, because you posted a video, and there was water on your table. I'm like, why is he drinking water?
It was no way that there was water. If it was water, listen.
It might have been the start off water.
Nah, I don't even get to start off water.
I need to start off water.
Nah. If it was water on that table, it was somebody that was sitting next to me's water, or it was just some kind of optical. Man, I don't drink water on that. Nah.
And typical Eclectik fashion, you guys, he manages to post the videos, and you still don't see him in the video.
you don't want me all in the video.
Well played. Well, yeah, man, we got you on here, man. We're going to take it back to 1995. Eclectik, before we get started, man, what were you doing August 3rd, 1995?
Oh, specifically that day. They had a frosted strawberry Pop-Tart for breakfast. Fuck us I'm doing that day. But 95, I 100% was in college, GSU, where everybody's something. Come on, Gremlin State. Holding your fate in the palm of my hand, blow you away like it's a part of the plan.
Ball.
That's it. But so yeah, I'm chilling. 95, man, I'm in college. Paying attention a little bit. It was a good climate, especially for music. What we talking about? Actually, 95 was like the start of the second golden year era of like life period. You know, so you had the early 80s, 88, 89, and then things kind of leveled off. And then once 93, 94, 95, that's when it started getting popping again, like the new era of almost everything. TV shows, movies, but especially hip hop. It was the second coming of a lot of people's debut. It was their sophomore effort or their debuts that shaped what hip hop was going to be. Actually, forever, up until when hip hop died in '99. So,
the slow death.
Yeah, a slow pain. Listen, and I say like, nah, hip hop died. It was so bad. People was making albums.
Yeah,
hip hop
is dead.
It's not just me. Like, like people felt it. People just knew it wasn't what it should be. But long live hip hop.
No doubt. Now we know 95 was an incredible year for hip hop. Like you said, the mid 90s was everything. And much like you in 1995, August 3rd, 1995, I was actually in college at South Carolina State University. And, I was, outside. So I did not see the event live that we're about to talk about. We're here to talk about the 1995 Source Awards. Now, if you are a hip hop fan, you know that is pretty significant because a few things happen. I've seen some hip hop journalists even suggest that it was the day that hip hop changed. Some say it was the day that hip hop died. But we're gonna break it down. We're gonna actually do something a little different. We're gonna talk about obviously some of the events and quote unquote controversy that happened, but we're also gonna talk about the actual winners of these awards. Now, again, I didn't see it live. I saw it much later. And Eclectik didn't see it live either, but we're going to go over the nominees and the actual awards that were passed out that particular night and talk about those, as well as, some of the things that went down and, people getting booed and, people getting verbally assaulted on stage. So let's start right there. The 95 Source Award actually starts off with a death row performance. And the death row performance was dumb long. I mean, like it started off with the Dog Pound. They did What Would You Do? Then the Lady of Rage came through and did Afro Puffs. And then the great late Nate D-O-double-G, Nate Dogg came on and sang his verse on Ain't No Fun, the clean version. And then that was followed by DJ Quick with Dollars and Cents, who, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't on death row, but he was out there anyway. They just threw him in. He might have been a throw in or something. And then followed up by Snoop doing Murder Was the Case. So that's how the award show started. And you can tell just by looking at it, it was, the crowd was, they were somewhat receptive, but it wasn't hyped up. It wasn't amped up. And just keep in mind, for those of you who probably weren't around or maybe not even born in 1995, the West, up until the mid 90s, that like E talked about, had it on lock, and then 93, 94, the East started coming back. And so that's what the kind of like the temperature was. So you could kind of tell that there was some, I hate to say tension, but it wasn't. If you look at it, and it's online for those of you who want to go actually watch the ceremonies on YouTube, But it was different. It was a different kind of show. So that's what started the show. The show was hosted by the great Ed Lover and Dr. Dre. So now they introduced the first award show, the first, I'm getting tongue tied here, the first winners of the awards. So the nominees were.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Before you get into the nominees, there's a couple of things that I want the listeners to know. One, anything that he's going to ask me, I have no idea.
Right.
He told me to do no prep for this show.
None.
I opened the mic, and so what you're about to hear, typically when we're on the show together, we'll do a little prep. If it's a list we got to do, obviously we're going to do some research. If it's about a year, obviously we're going to do some research. And then everything is organic. But this is 100% organic. I have no idea what we're going to do. And that is why I had to stop him, because I wanted to tell you what I thought about the opening performance, because he didn't ask me.
Okay, my bad. Please tell us.
I thought it was really, really cool.
Okay.
I liked they had sales set up, and each performer from Death Row or West Coast, because of Quick, came out of their cell, did their performance, then went back in the cell. And I thought that was crazy. I thought that the Dog Pound sucked at performing. I thought
they weren't that seasoned.
I thought Rage and Nate Dogg did the best.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate Snoop, so whatever. He's terrible. He's a terrible person. He's a terrible rapper. He's a terrible performer. He's a terrible everything. But I thought the crowd gave him love. They were super popular at the time.
They were.
I didn't detect any beef. People was rocking with it. Everybody liked it. Ain't no fun and
no question.
And stuff like that. It is funny that Quick performed a diss track live on an award show. I don't think anybody's ever done that. That's just like the Grammys come out. Grammys come on, and then Jay-Z just gonna do takeover. Like, wait a minute, what Nas in the audience like, what are we doing here?
Right. Who let you up there to do that?
So I thought that was funny. Also, that might have been the first and the last time we saw Sam Snead.
It was.
And hot take.
Go ahead.
Hot take alert. He's a way better rapper than Daz, Snoop, and probably Pac.
Stop it.
He was.
Sam Snead was pretty good, though.
I know he was. Lyrically, he's better than Daz and Snoop. And he was definitely, he could have been better than Pac. Daz and Snoop can't rap.
Come on, man. Come on now.
They can rap.
Yes. You don't like them, but it's cool.
Snoop doesn't even write his... All right, so anyway. Also, Easter egg for anybody who has seen the award show. As I mentioned, they were all in cells before they performed. And did anybody, or since I'm talking to you, but listeners, put in the comments or tweet or Instagram us, did you see Tupac in the cell?
No, Tupac was in jail.
Tupac was in jail, and Tupac didn't sign to Death Row in 1995. Suge bailed him out, and then that's when he went to Death Row. But in that performance on the 95 Source Awards, when they're in the cell, at the very last cell was a big life-size cutout of Tupac in his own cell.
Wow. Didn't even catch that.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of trivia for everybody. Okay. Tupac was at the
that was a hologram
at the Death Row performance. Yeah, he's a they did a cutout of him, and he's in his own cell at the end of the stage.
See, that's why I have him on here. Not just because he's my man, but he knows stuff like, because I watched this and didn't even catch that. Wow. So yeah. So now you have the parameters. So no, he doesn't know what I'm going to ask him. So we're gonna get right into it. So after the performance, we have the we have the nominees for the new artist of the year. Now, keep in mind that this is from, I want to say from 94 to 95. I want to say it's from September 94 to, it's a year's time, but I think it's from September to the following. Yeah. So the year.
It's
so
like March or something.
Yeah. Exactly. So album, and I'm assuming that the albums had to be submitted, or the people for the nominees had to be submitted. So with that being said, the nominees for Best New Artist of the Year solo: the Notorious Blige,
Heard of him.
Method Man,
Saw him before.
Warren G,
That's old boy with Nate Dogg.
and Da Brat.
A tat on that ass.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the winner was Biggie. So if you're choosing, who are you taking?
For that, I'm going to say Biggie.
Okay.
I will say Biggie because, but also, listeners, if you haven't seen this or don't know, this 1995 Source Awards is the second Source Awards. It's just the only one that was televised, or the first one that was televised.
Right.
And so I give it to Biggie because in 94, Wu-Tang won, and Meth got his props, and Biggie was a big thing in 94 and 95. So I give it to Biggie. I have no beef there.
Yeah, I think it would have come down between Big and Meth, but I'd have to give it to Big too. I think he was just, at that particular time, he was on a roll. The album was out, and he had been pretty much everywhere, and I think, in a sense, even though Meth was the I hate to use the word star, but he was the star of Wu-Tang, he still had to share the shine to some degree in some people's eyes with the rest of the members of the clan. But but his solo album, which is an album that I like really a lot, it was I thought it was really, really dope. To Cal still is one of those banging albums from that particular year. But I would give Big the nod over Meth. And I don't think, over the landscape of things, I don't think people, really had much issue with Biggie winning. So that was the first award that was handed out. Up next was the Best New Artist of the Year group. Okay, so first they did the solo, then they did the group. Now, here are the nominees: Bone Thugs and Harmony,
It's 99.
Outkast,
1999. Hey, something playalistic.
Ill and Al Scratch.
The greatest first side A of a tape that came out when it came out. The first side of that tape is incredible. Side B,
Stop it. Just stop it.
From the fiery pits of hell, it's the rap level, years underground sub level with the devil. Come on. Brothers want to know, can Al get busy?
Of course not.
I just want to know, he'll tell you now with the bang, boom, pow, don't sleep on the Jeep type creep whip me style.
This guy.
Come on.
And last but not least, Smith & Wesson.
Home of the original gut clappers.
Yes. So those were the nominees for Best New Artist of the Year group. And the winner was...
Drum roll.
Outkast.
Boy, did they get a reception when they won. I think we'll sum it up by saying they got the reception that I would have gave them.
So if you were there August 3rd, 1995, in the seats, would you have booed Outkast? Because Outkast was ceremoniously booed by damn near everybody in the arena.
All right, hold up. And the winner is, ladies, help me out. Outkast. Pretty much. In the house. Yeah. Word. What's up? Goody Mob in the house, you know what I'm saying? We want to say what's up to New York, you know what I'm saying? Because we from down south, you know what I'm saying? There's New York up in this, you know what I'm saying? Are y'all in here? You know what I'm saying? This y'all city. You know what I'm saying? We just want to say, you know what I'm saying? We'll say what's up to all the original MCs out there, people like that who got their own stuff. So what's up, Dre?
Yeah, first of all, you know what I'm saying? We want to thank God, just, you know what I'm saying, dead serious, because if it weren't for him, you know what I'm saying, we wouldn't be here. But it's like this, though. I'm tired of folks, you know what I'm saying? The closed-minded folks, you know what I'm saying? It's like we got a demo tape and don't nobody want to hear it, but it's like this, the South got something to say. That's all I got to say.
Nah, I'm going to tell you this, because I remember this. I wouldn't even boo them, because I didn't hate them then. I just didn't like them. But I did 2 of my 4 songs that I liked by them are on that album. So I would have just been like, all right, I don't agree, but I wouldn't have booed them. But boy, was it funny. Also, what I remember is, was it Pepper? Pepper. It was Salt and Pepper.
Yeah, Salt and Pepper and Kid from Kid and Play, they actually announced the winner.
I don't even
and they sounded so, well, you wouldn't.
But
so disgusted.
Yeah, because she read the thing and she was just like, and the winner is Outkast. Like, yeah.
Yeah, they weren't impressed at all. They weren't impressed. So before we go into a deep dive about this, I'll ask you, E, if you're the judge, you got to make that call on who wins that award. Who are you handing the trophy to?
Right now, it was Outkast, L&L,
Bone Thugs,
Smith & Wesson. I probably would have gave it to Bone Thugs. And I'm not a Bone Thugs fan either, at all. Like, I've never purchased their music. I don't have any of their songs in my Serato or iTunes.
No First of the Month? No nothing?
No, I hated that song. I have more Outkast songs in my iTunes than I do Bone Thugs because it is 4-0. I have 0. But if I'm based, I would have gave it to them.
Okay.
Just off the strength, put it like this. At that awards, Bone Thugs performed.
Mm-hmm.
And they had to go through like 3 or 4 songs. And the crowd loved it. The crowd was rolling with it. Outkast didn't even perform, which probably is a great thing, but they went on stage, and even if they did go on stage, remember at that time they only had that album.
That was it. Album. You're right.
They wouldn't have been able to do 3, 4, 5 songs like that and got that reaction. So I would have gave it to both of us.
So here's how it would have shaken out for me. I definitely would have given it to Outkast. But I will say that, like you mentioned, as far as Bone, the East 99 album was dope. I actually bought that album. But the weird thing for me with Bone is that, like, I bought that album and the second album as well. But like,
I didn't care about your money.
Man, you know how it was, man. When music dropped, man, we had to cop. If it dropped, we was gonna cop. It's just, and plus I was getting CDs for free at that time. So,
okay.
I mean,
all right, man. Shouts to the 5-finger discount. Go ahead.
Statute of limitations passed, right?
Mm-mm.
Shit. So I go pay for 1 and get 7. So that's how it was.
Oh shit! Was it a Random House?
No, I had a partner that worked at a record store.
Okay.
So yeah, so I would give it Outkast, man. That Southern Playalistic Cadillac Music was a dope ass. It bangs to this day, one of my favorites. And I think, and I've spoken about, Outkast and their significance, to what that album and what they did for the South. But I will say this. I was, like everybody else, really, really surprised at, what happened. And obviously we remember Andre's 3000 getting up on stage and saying, the South got something to say.
Which is so shut up.
But I mean, what else? But when you look at that, what else could he have said? Because
nothing. He could have said thank you for the award and went off the fucking
he
stage.
really wanted to say fuck all of y'all. That's what he wanted to say. But he was in New York, so he couldn't.
South got something.
Something to say. And the South been running it ever since. I mean, so really, really, he was very kind of, prophetic, if you will. And I think, yes, he was. And I think, but I think that was a defining moment for, not just Outkast, but for Southern acts, because, for a long while in hip hop, they weren't respected because, nationally there was, the acts like Luke. And, so for a long time, Southern music was just known as
I'm glad you said that.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm glad you said that. Two points.
Mm-hmm.
Point one, when he went up there and looked like an idiot talking about the South, got something to say. Big Boy was just like, hey, shouts to, thanks for the shit. Hey, thank you. And then this dude. So that wasn't a big thing then. In 95 or 96, it wasn't. They didn't put in the source or on Yo MTV Raps or Rap City like, this went down and they got booed and Dre said the South got something to say.
Right.
That wasn't a big thing until like 80 aliens came and then nobody cared.
Stop it.
Don't try to. No. Revisionist history.
No, you're right. No, it wasn't. No,
when he said that,
no,
that's when everybody, no one cared. No one cared.
I cared. I'm from the South.
No. What I'm saying is, it wasn't like
I got you.
Then the next day,
the South took over.
P.I. who was like 12.
I was like 7 years old.
Yeah, come on. So that's point one. When people like somebody, they always try to point something, because remember when they did this? It's the reverse. Saying when he said that, it's like the reverse of bringing up old tweets. Mm-hmm. When someone get popular, look what they used to say. Yeah, so then when dudes start popping, it's like, say he been on that. Remember in 95, and he's like, shut up. So that's point one. Point two, if I remember this correctly, and I might not, but right after he said that, the fucking Tootsie Roll guys came out.
You one step ahead of me, yeah.
And started fucking the stage with the shirts off. So that's what the South had to say, man. Shut up. All right, I'm done. Go ahead.
No, you good. It was. I think it was a great moment. Now, like you said, it's revisionist history. No, it didn't change anything. Like the next day, I mean, Goody Mob didn't drop like hit him up or anything like that. But I think when we look back at it, we'll see what happened, and that was a defining moment for them. And it was just like, they figured, okay, well, hey, we're going to be who we are, and we're not worried about being accepted by anybody else. And I think that was...
Man, if he would have said that probably would have made some noise then. But he didn't say that.
Yeah, he was
South got something to say. All right, okay, then what?
He's like, man, I got to get off this stage before I start cussing.
If you would have said what you just said, people would have been like, oh, shit, you know what? All right, let's see. But the South got something to say. All right. That was stage, man. You're not even weird yet.
No. He wasn't weird yet. No, he was.
Yeah, he's not even weird yet. Shut up. If he came up there, if he was weird, we would have been like, all right, well, what's the weirdo have to say?
Right.
Anyway, go ahead.
So so that happened. And then, so again, that was something that, and like you said, what was weird about it was the fact that, getting booed at an award show, that rarely happens. I can't ever remember it happening, really. But to get booed.
I give the source props because unlike the American Music Awards and the Grammys, they had real people out there. It was fans.
Mm-hmm. Yo, no question.
There was, artists that was like, nah, we're not gonna front. And one could say, well, the awards was in New York, so they had the New York bias, which I'm not saying that they didn't, but I mean, the source was based in New York, so they wasn't going to be in LA, and anywhere else wouldn't have made any sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true, so, and that's something that I think people can't afford to lose sight of, because you're right. This wasn't just industry people. I mean, like now, at the time of this recording, if you watch the Grammys, if you watch, the BET Awards, and sidebar, I wish I had time to talk about how the BET Awards, the hip hop BET Awards, get recorded and played back like 2 months later, and we let them get that shit off, and nobody even checks BET on that. Meanwhile,
not because it's the Source Awards' fault.
I know. I blame Vibe magazine.
No,
it's Vibe. You remember the Vibe Awards?
Vibe. Okay, well, it's both. It's their fault. It's not BET. It's wait a minute, what happened with the chair and then the gun?
Yeah.
Oh nah.
Yeah, we're not doing this live. You guys know how to act. So we go from that to like you mentioned, they get booed, and they go to commercial and they come back and they have a performance by the 69 Boys doing the Tootsie Roll, which was interesting in and of itself. Followed by a performance with
whoa. You're not glossing over the 69.
Oh, I mean, if you want to talk about the 69 Boys, we can talk about it.
I 100% want to talk about the 69
really
Boys performance. Everyone, a few things. One, this performance would and could never happen now.
Do tell.
We had 4 or 5, I don't know how, we had 69 boys. I don't know how many boys, but the boys was there. And there was not a single woman in sight. But everybody on that stage was twerking and popping their ass. I repeat, there was not a woman on the stage.
This is true.
At one point, shirts were off, and there were ass popping and floor grinding on the stage. I repeat, there were no women on the stage. If this would have gone down now, it just wouldn't have. And it would have been, if it was going down now, it would have been a ton of women, and the guys would have just been over to the left doing their song. But here's the thing. They weren't booed.
Nope.
Outkast was booed. They were not booed. They was like, all right, get it off. They were not, and it's very important. I want people to understand, but well, they just hating on the South, and then no. 69 Boys came out right after.
Right after that,
did the most pause AO performance in the history of hip hop rap,
and have never been invited back.
But they did not get booed. They got their whole thing off. Also, Kyle, you're a fan of the 69 Boys.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. Shut up. Here's the thing, and this was a debate at the bar a few weeks ago, actually. This is fun. This is a fun debate. Play this with your friends, even though I'm going to give you the answer.
Mm-hmm.
The Tootsie Roll song.
Mm-hmm.
Lyrics say, cotton candy. What's the next line?
Sweet or gold.
You're wrong.
Really?
This is the thing. People will tell you sweet or gold. That's what you said?
Yeah.
They will also say sweet and low.
Sweet and low?
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no sugar.
They also say sweet as gold.
Okay, that's plausible.
But I'm telling you right now what they really say.
What do they say?
That no one agreed with me, and they said that was the least likely thing that they say, but I guarantee you it's what they say. It is Sweetie Go.
Wow. Look at you with the hip hop trivia.
Cotton Candy, Sweetie Go.
Wow. Would you go to Genius to look that up?
Genius is always wrong. Man,
I like Genius.
I hate Genius. Nah, man.
Genius is wrong sometimes.
You'll look up like Nas. He'll be like, nah, New York State on my spine. Shut up. Nah. But anyway, but no, if you go and look at lyrics, because that's what happened at the debate at the bar.
Okay.
Like 4 different lyric pages,
Mm-hmm.
4 different answers.
Wow.
But anyway, go ahead. You didn't want to talk about how dope and baller the 69
Because
was.
they weren't. And again, they weren't invited back to anybody's award show ever.
Okay, what was their next single that was dope?
I don't know.
Exactly. That's why they wanted they had one song.
I actually saw them in concert last year.
I told you he was a 69.
No. They were at the Freaknik concert.
Hey, of the 69 boys, guess who the 12th one is? You're the 12th boy. You don't know that this was almost called the 12th Boy podcast.
They were at the Freaknik concert, and they were a throw in again, and they actually were pretty good. But this time they had female dancers, and they did no dancing because they're old and fat. So that's take it for what it's worth.
The 12th boy didn't get up there.
No, hell no. So then we get back to at the Source Awards, we actually have a moment where, ironically, the Source magazine is going to hand out an award for an R&B artist, and so they are presenting the award for R&B Artist of the Year. The nominees are TLC.
They creep on the down low.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Underboobs.
Right.
Brandy.
Yep.
This man does not like Brandy. He's never said one positive thing anytime we ever mention Brandy.
All right, I'm gonna say something positive.
Okay.
It's dope that without a mirror, she could look at both her ears. I think that's dope.
Robert Kelly. I mean,
I hate y'all.
No. You know what? You're right. Before you even said we talked about it on the R&B podcast. You know what? At that particular time, he deserved to be, nominated for that award, Robert Kelly, because this shit was fire. It was fire. And last but not least, Mary J. Blige,
the queen of killing R&B.
the queen of hip hop soul. So I'm not going to tell you guys who won just yet. You got to vote. Who are you handing the award to?
Nah, that's when My Life came out. You got to give it to My Life.
There you go. Now you're talking.
I mean, listen.
I know. I got to fuck with you. Yeah, I would give it Mary J too. Again, R. Kelly was dope. TLC was killing it. I
understand how TLC could have won. TLC would win the more accepted and European awards, which they did. Because My Life didn't win no Grammys or shit like that, did it?
I don't think it did. That's a good question.
You had to get the hood.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, TLC was dope. Brandy was popping. She was bubbling a little bit.
Monica should have been up there.
R. Kelly again he had hot shit back then, and but yeah, I'm giving it to Mary J. Blige hands down. She's winning. This award actually was presented by. This is when we had the clip of ODB. Actually, they actually let ODB present an award, which was funny in and of itself. But yeah, I'm giving it to Mary J. Blige, one of my favorite artists of all time. First, 4 albums?
First 4 releases, yes. Incredible. Anything after that, man, it's a single hand there, but y'all can ultimately keep it.
Kind of checked out a little bit myself.
Yeah.
We need to do a podcast about why we stopped listening to certain people.
I'm down.
Oh yeah, I'm down with it too, because we got a long list of people we stop. So we had that, and that was again a great look, a little different because again, it's the Source Awards actually honoring an R&B artist, but I mean Mary J was definitely more than just R&B, and like you said, she had love everywhere. So the next part of the award was the Pioneer Award. And 1995's Pioneer Award went to Run DMC.
For you. Fresh.
Yes, sir. Your thoughts on Run DMC, man? I mean, I know we could do a whole podcast on Run DMC, man. Just your thoughts on them getting the Pioneer Award. Of course, it was Run DMC, and of course Jam Master Jay were all there to accept the award. This is when Jam Master Jay was still here with us. Rest in peace. But your thoughts on Run DMC getting this award from the Source Awards?
I think I don't remember who got it in '94, but Run DMC for everything, all encompassing everything that the greatest hip hop group of all time, and you had to do it. I mean, if it weren't for Run DMC, there would be no Source magazine or a Source Award second. It just wouldn't be. And nothing will change my mind about that. Rap and hip hop wouldn't be. It might not even be. They're the equivalent of Bird and Magic saving the NBA. I mean, there might have been some people rapping, but it wouldn't be where it is. It's impossible.
Oh, no question. I agree 1,000%. I mean, Run DMC was, my introduction to rap, and hip hop, and they were the epitome of the ultimate hip hop group, B-boys. I always laugh when I think about it because for a long time in my house, raising kids, my kids didn't know who Run was. They just thought he was a cool dude on Run's house. Like they didn't know, they only associated him with his kid. It's like, oh, that's Diggy's dad. Like, and that's, Angela and Russell's and JoJo's dad. So.
Oh, he's definitely Angela's dad now because you look at Instagram. Like, oh, yeah. And Vanessa. Like, oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. They have grown up for real. Really grown up. But that's another story of another day.
Yeah, can't put that on air.
So yeah, it was good to see that, man. I mean, it's still tough for me to see, them without Jay, because, that's what we grew up on. I mean, I go back to 1984 with Run DMC and, watching the Rock Box video and, I just remember me and a couple of my friends, we wanted to be like those dudes, man. And anybody I think that started listening to hip hop in the mid to late 80s, Run DMC was, one of the torchbearers for the genre. And, of course, then you got Crush Groove. So, I mean, like this award, how sometimes we watch award shows and people get these bogus awards that really don't deserve it. I mean, it gets no better than it's aptly named the Pioneer Award. There probably weren't any bigger pioneers at that particular time than Run DMC. So no, you get no argument from me on that one. And then the Source Awards is still, moving on. After the Pioneer Award, it comes time for the Lyricist of the Year Award.
Hip hop.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The nominees are Big Mike.
My personal favorite Southern rapper.
Wow. Didn't expect that. Redman.
From Doc. Come
on. The Notorious Blige.
Frank White. Rolling.
Nas.
Borough's finest.
Of course. Now, the trophy's in your hand.
Thank you.
Who are you going to give this to?
I'm giving it to the best lyricist, Nasir Jones. I don't. It was the lyricist of the year, right?
Yeah, lyricist of the year. Lyricist, not rapper of the year. Lyricist of the year. And again, remember the time. We're talking 94 to 95.
Yeah, you said lyricist of the year.
Right. Lyricist of the year.
So that year, I'm giving it to the best lyricist, which is Nas.
Same here. Same here. I'm giving it to Nas without a doubt. Unfortunately.
However. Also how?
Yeah, the winner was Notorious B.I.G. And
like an ugly as ever, however.
He did it for Brooklyn. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on him winning over Nas?
That
and Big Mike.
People sleep. I mean, it was no bullshit. He is my favorite Southern rapper. But fucking Redman, personally, I think Redman's a better lyricist than Big. But I mean, whatever.
Wait. But is Redman better than Big Mike?
Yes.
Okay. Just had to ask.
Well, thank you for asking. So, Big Mike is the second best Big in that list.
Okay.
So, right.
Is Big Mike the best, most lyrical ghetto boy?
Yes.
No, he's not. But go ahead.
All right. So, that felt like a popularity / let me make them feel good award / Nas killed it last year at the Source Awards. So let's just, you know what I'm saying. But there's no planet, there's no alternate or mirror universe where Nas isn't the best lyricist out of that list that year.
Preach.
Yeah, so nah. That was a snub. What Big Pun say? It's so hard. Take off my drawers and jerk me like the Source Awards.
I remember that line.
That shit had me rolling when I first, because you don't get it at first, and then you're like,
right.
That's pretty good.
Oh, that was a dope line. Yeah, I'm with you, man. I don't understand. Well, looking on it now, I understand how and why Big got the award.
Just he should have.
He shouldn't have. And one thing that they did announce at the end of the broadcast was how the ballots were calculated, and they did use fan votes.
Benzino?
I mean, say no more. So it goes back to what you just said. It was a popularity contest. Nas is extremely popular, but he wasn't as popular as Biggie at that particular time.
Well, that plus something very important, which could sway the votes.
What's that?
This is the 95 Source Awards.
Mm-hmm.
Biggie's album came out. Nas didn't have it was written till 96.
This is true. So Nas was in between.
So he didn't have an album, even though, boy, he was blazing every feature and every mixtape.
Every clue.
Man.
On G. Everybody.
Yeah. SNS, Green Lantern, Tony Toka.
Yeah, man, I'm with you, man. It was definitely a popularity contest, and again, that's no knock to Big. And I know you big fans are going. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a big fan too. But Lyricists of the Year, I think, what to E's point, that if Biggie got the nod, it's strictly because his album came out that particular year or in that time frame in which they did the voting or whatever calculations. But if we're going to talk lyricists, if we just going lyricists, because let me just double check the I'm looking at the award. It says Lyricist of the Year.
Yeah.
If we're going Lyricist of the Year, then you got to give it to the best lyricist.
Yeah, that's what.
Funny concept, right? So that's not.
Also, listen, and I'm saying this for the third time. My favorite Southern rapper, but how he get nominated? What's happening? What's going on with the nominee?
I'm glad you said that, because when I went back and, as I was doing some research for this, when I went back and actually watched this, I didn't know what the nominees were. I knew who the winners were, but I didn't know who the nominees were. So I actually sat and watched this. And when Big Mike came, I was like, huh? I just said it real loud. I was like, huh? Big Mike?
That could have been Math. That could have been Keith Murray. It could have been
94, 95.
Yeah, it could have been CL Smooth. It could have even been Common. He was still kind of since then.
It could have been.
But listen, I will say this. A wise man once said, fly hoes and chains and swinging things. Yeah.
Big Mike. Yeah, I like Big Mike. He's not my favorite ghetto boy, but I like Big Mike. So that's how the Source Awards is rolling at this point. Next up, we had the award for the Video of the Year. So we go from Lyricist of the Year to Video of the Year. The nominees are Natural Born Killers, Dr. Dre and Ice Cube, Snoop Doggy Dogg, Murder Was the Case.
I wish it was.
Coolio, Fantastic Voyage.
The fuck.
And Craig Mack, Flavor in Your Ear.
Great song, not a dope video.
Yeah, so we're talking videos. We're not talking about the songs. So
these are probably the worst videos of the best video didn't even get nominated.
Okay, so before you even tell us your answer, what video did you think should have been nominated?
It should have had to Give It To You by the Brat. That video is crazy.
Okay. Had a lot of cameos in that joint too.
That is the one video that I wish I could have been at the set for. That video is incredible. And the song is dope. Because like a remix is not the one that's on the album. Yeah, everything about that is crazy. Nah, man, come on. I can name 20 videos that came out that year that was better than. Come on, man. You could have put any of the Biggie videos up there.
Yeah.
You could have put Bring the Pain.
Oh, yes.
You could have put Regulate. You could have put I Used to Love Her. Come on, man. These are the videos you could have put The Most Beautifulest Thing.
Keith Murray on that Lexus.
Yeah. You could have put Sugar Hill up there. You could have put
and who made Sugar Hill?
New York City's 90s Sosa, AZ. Come on.
He makes his way into every podcast we do.
I didn't say his name.
I mean, I might as well.
I didn't say his name.
I might as well. I
didn't say his name.
Me and you.
But
go ahead.
They could have put any. Those are nothing. None of those videos that were nominated was better than any of the ones I said. Yeah.
It's though. I don't know how
the songs weren't even better.
And these were good. But there you go. You went right where I was going. Flavor in Your Ear was a dope ass song with an incredible remix, but the video, it's not video of the year material. Fantastic. Come on, man.
Come on, you didn't slippity slide.
No, hell no. I hate Coolio. Well, let me take it back. I don't hate Coolio. I dislike Coolio.
Which is weird because the people you're just listening. Kyle wears his hair like Coolio.
I did never, ever in your life see me with my hair looking like that. But yeah, so ladies and gentlemen,
Kyle and Skylar both wear that.
I would never have Skylar say it like that. She'd kill me. So the winner was Dr. Dre and Ice Cube for Natural Born Killers.
I mean, if you're going to do it, you might as well do it off of nostalgia, and they back together and they did a video, I guess.
Yeah,
if it was mine, I'm giving it to Flavor in Your Ear. At least it wasn't stupid. The other ones were just stupid.
I would probably give it to, of the four, I'd probably give it to Natural Born Killers too. But that's just of this four. Now, again, I don't think this was the best video of that particular time, but, Dr. Dre wins the award. And, of course, Dr. Dre comes on stage and, here come the boos. And that's when Snoop Dogg grabs the mic and famously says, y'all ain't got no love for Dr. Dre.
I 100% thought that Suge came before the Snoop.
No, he came after that.
I am 1,000%.
No. You know what? I'm sorry. Dre got booed he got booed. He was up there. He wasn't up there that long. He got booed.
I don't remember him getting booed. I just know he went up there.
You know what it was? He was. You're right. He wasn't booed like
Outkast.
Booed like Outkast. But there were some boos. He wasn't on stage that long, but things were starting to bubble a little bit in the crowd. So you're right. No, that came the Snoop jumping on the stage didn't come until next.
The only reason why I was so sure of this is because of my hatred of Snoop and how fake he is. But we'll get to that.
Okay, so you're right. So Dre wins video of the year. Then we come back. I think they go to commercial. Come back with a Bad Boys performance. And when I say everybody from Bad Boy performed, I'm talking about everybody from Mace, Puff.
Mace was not there.
Not Mace. I'm sorry, Puff, Faith. I meant to say Faith. Faith, Junior Mafia, and man, let me tell you something. When Lil Kim came out there,
Lil Kim,
that's
version 1.
That's the Kim.
Original recipe.
That's the Kim I remember.
Yeah. And the crowd ate it up.
What? They love Lil Kim. And then, of course, Biggie closed it out. Go ahead.
This is... People with astute eyes notice certain things. One, boy, even though he got nominated a couple of times, and laid it off. Boy, Puff and Big really didn't fuck with Craig Mack. Did not like this.
Yeah, Craig Mack did perform too.
They had Harv Pierre as his hype man.
Fucking Harv.
Puff didn't come out dancing with him. You didn't see Puff until you saw Biggie. Matter of fact, I am 90% certain Craig wasn't even sitting in the same row with them. I'm telling you.
Yeah, man, it's sad. Rest in peace to Craig Mack, man. I mean, I don't know, man. You and I talked about it before, I think on your podcast. It just, what could have been and what probably should have been with Craig Mack. Biggie got the shine, and Craig Mack had, a dope.
He had the shine, and Craig had the biggest song.
Yeah, he had a dope first album. I mean,
Hey, man,
Well, hey,
it's
what can you do?
crazy,
Yeah.
crazy. But also noticeable. They just skipped Lil C's whole verse.
And they
Didn't even
should
have
have.
him.
They should have.
Come on.
They were pressed for time,
They
man.
wrote it.
They
So
were pressed for time. They had to get to Kim.
they gave Total the one verse.
Yeah, Total perform. You're right. Faith came out.
Faith. They got it up for Faith too.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they should.
Well, I mean, that Faith album and that My Life is neck and neck in my life. So
slept on. Loved, but so slept on by the masses.
One thing, and since we're talking about this award show, I've heard people say that Puff fanned the flames of the shit with Suge, because from what I thought the Suge thing happened before the Bad Boy performance.
When you go back and look at it,
because hold on,
okay.
Because Suge went up there for what? Was it the movie?
Mm-hmm. Which was up next.
So I could have sworn it happened before the Bad Boy thing. Because, and this is the only reason why I say that, is because people said that Puff, the intro, fanned the flames, but he didn't do nothing. He just said, I'm going to live in the East, I'm going to die in the East.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? It was that, and I think like when Biggie accepted his award, and I think when somebody else came up there, it was just it was almost like every time somebody came up and accepted an award, they told you where they were from. East Coast in the house, West Coast in the, like it was that every single time. So it was just like,
well, one, they didn't do really East Coast now. They'd say the borough.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But that's what New York do everywhere, like at Chipotle. So like BX all day. I'm like, all right, man.
Brooklyn's in the house. Uptown.
I just wanted a burrito bowl. Man.
Right.
So it's cool. But the other thing is, they said that Suge brought like 400 or 500 people with him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He got them tickets, so they was all in the crowd.
Yep.
And they said that Wu-Tang brought like 1,000 people.
They did. And they brought all of Shaolin.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I'm guessing, when they're going up stage, they shouting out fake people like, yeah, we here, you know what I'm saying? I personally don't think it was a fuck New York or fuck LA thing. I think it was just, hey, it's like when you go graduate, you go look in the crowd for your people and get them the fist pump and everything. You ain't saying fuck all your other like, hey, we here. I see you. You see us. I'm up here on the stage. Can you believe we up here on the stage? Can you believe we won? We won. I brought all y'all over here on the plane. I brought all y'all down here on the train. I hang out with y'all every day on the block. We won. We here. And I honestly don't think none of the stuff was a thing until fat fuck Kool-Aid face Suge went up there and did that. I honestly don't believe anything was anything before that.
Yeah, you make a great point. I think it was, other than them shouting out which coast they were from, it wasn't, because when I went back and watched it, I was actually looking for that to see if there was something brewing or anything like it really wasn't. Not on that level like how you might think, because
the only people that got booed was Outkast.
Yeah. And like I said, there was some boos when Dre came up, but he didn't get booed like that. And like you said, it was different because Cass went up there and they got booed, and then 5 minutes later, 69 Boys on stage, and they got cheered. So it wasn't like it was like we were just gonna boo everybody from the South or whatever the case may be.
And I don't even think that Outkast got booed because they didn't like them. I think they got booed because they didn't agree with them winning in that category.
Exactly.
It wasn't like, nah, forget them. Because honestly, I'm gonna tell you this: I don't think most people even heard them. That was there in that crowd.
No, I'm willing to bet they didn't. I'm willing to bet they did.
But they beat Smith and Wesson. And I'm like, wait a minute, boo, nah. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So,
exactly.
And that might have been why old girl read the envelope like these niggas, I don't even know what they make. So again, I think it's revisionist history, and it's misunderstood. It's like, nah, see, they ain't focused. South got something to say. Like, okay, great. We just didn't think you should have won this award. Just like how Biggie shouldn't have beat Nas and the Lyricists. It's not personal.
That's what they should have booed for.
I remember hearing a rumble.
Yeah, so I'm with you on that. I am totally with you on that. It. I think we have to give it context, and I think that's what you're presenting is that it's when you watch, and I encourage all of you listening to, when you finish this podcast, you get some time, go. They have the full show on YouTube. You can go back and watch it. It wasn't. I don't think it was as contentious as people made it out to be, up until Suge got up there and said what he said. So we have that. We have the Bad Boy performance, and then the aforementioned award for the best motion picture soundtrack of the year. Now those nominees were, let's see who those nominees were. Jason's Lyric, which I'm trying to think, do I even remember a song on that soundtrack? And for those of you listening, keep this in mind. Movie soundtracks were huge back at this particular time. I don't know if people still do movie soundtracks, but they were dope back then. Murder was
soundtrack had the what's the name? You will know.
Oh, okay. That's your boy Tevin Campbell, right?
No, well, I mean it was, but I mean
no,
but I don't think it had shit else on there. It had nah.
Okay.
Oh, what's the name? Remember KC made If You Think You Remade?
Oh yeah, from Bobby Womack. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, but that wasn't a dope soundtrack. Mm-hmm. Well, it didn't win. So.
Nah, it didn't win. Murder Was the Case. Poetic Justice. And Above the Rim.
That's the one.
Yeah. So if that's who you voting for, Above the Rim?
Yeah, come on, that's the one.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Anything Wu-Tang and SWV. That soundtrack was dope. That soundtrack also produced one of my favorite Tupac song, Pain, which ironically was on...
What a weirdo.
Yeah, not really. It was on the tape, but it wasn't on the CD, which was weird.
It wasn't dope.
I love that song. That's my favorite Tupac song. So Above the Rim wins, and that's when Suge Knight gets up on the stage and, utters those famous words.
First of all, I'd like to thank God. Second of all, I'd like to thank my whole entire Defo family on both sides, you know what I'm saying? I'd like to tell Tupac to keep his guards up. We ride with him. And one other thing I'd like to say, any artists out there want to be an artist and want to stay a star, and don't want to have to worry about the executive producer trying to be all in the videos, all on the record, dancing, come to Death Row.
And so you have that. So what was your thought when you heard Suge say those words?
Oh shit! That was pretty much like, damn. I'm like, well, I don't know what's about to happen because we know he there,
right?
And see, this is what I'm saying. No, and I do not believe that happened before the performance.
Yeah, it is. Go back and check it out.
I mean, after the performance, I thought he performed after he said that.
No, they They have it time stamped on here. The Bad Boy performance was at the 44:11 mark, and the motion picture.
Shit, look at you.
Yeah, I do my homework, man. The Suge thing was at the 56:55 mark. So,
all right. But I was just like, yo, that's wild. I don't know why you're going in, because again, if you look at the show, nothing this entire show up until this point said anything about LA or West Coast or Dre or Snoop, or the words death row wasn't even mentioned since they performed at the beginning of the fucking show. So up until that point, nothing. So then when that happened, first you're like, oh shit, but then you're like, where'd that come from?
That's exactly what I said.
Why would you even, that's the equivalent of him going up on the stage and just telling everybody how much he liked Domino's pizza. Just like, what? Why are you up there saying that? Well, number one, why are you up here anyway?
I was thinking the same thing, but I think he was the executive producer, I think.
Yeah, no, the Brother Real soundtrack was on Death Row, the song.
Okay,
I mean, the album. But it's like, you the money. Do you buy? Man, Dre don't get up there, because didn't Dre go up there?
No. He was up there. I want to say with
Sam Snead.
Sam Snead, yeah.
Or no, it wasn't Sam Snead. It was the other weird dude, something boy.
Danny Boy.
Yeah, I think it was Danny Boy.
Wow.
I got a good memory.
You do.
But something boy.
MC something boy.
Man, look, now I got to come out of retirement. Now I got to be young Lil MC something.
Hey, that shit would fly. You put that on IG. You little young something boy.
Well, he must be nice. Oh, you SoundCloud. But
you stupid.
You know the name of my first single gonna be?
What's that?
My Guts is Hot.
My guts is hot. Your guts are cold. Yo. Oh, God.
All right. Wait a minute.
Oh, man. That was a good one. I told y'all, he gets off a good one every now and then. Seems like one every podcast. Oh, man, that's funny.
But nah, it was just like, where'd that come from? Because it was really no beef up until that.
Mm-hmm. And really, I always joke around and say he could have been talking about Jermaine Dupri too. I mean, he
lied and said he did.
Yeah, but come on, Suge. We knew.
Like 20 years later.
Yeah. Come on, Suge. We knew who you're talking about. All in the videos, dancing. You know, I thought just like you, when I saw it, I was like, oh shit, like, why did you do that? Like, it was, when you look at it and you think about it just in the context of in which you're looking at it, you don't see that coming. And like, it really came out of left field. And, you know, Suge literally drew a line in the sand, basically. And we'll talk about this a little later, but you know, the whole East Coast, West Coast thing, as far as like where it went and why it was what it was, particularly for those of you who weren't around or, you know, were too lame to come outside. But yeah, it was.
This is why it's all bullshit. Because not only, or firstly, it came out of nowhere. For the rest of that show, every time someone that was not from the West Coast went on stage, said, yo, we all good. Everybody's good. We love everybody. Right.
No smoke.
They was like, props to everybody. We don't care about no East, West. Puff tried to squash it 3 different times.
He did.
On the show. is just that motherfucker. It was like, nah, we good. And he hugged Snoop after that.
He did.
Man,
He
come on,
certainly
man.
did.
What? Yeah, you said we're gonna talk about the East Coast, West Coast thing later. So go ahead.
Yeah. So okay. So when we have that moment, and then the next moment after that is the award for Producer of the Year, which
I
is,
think I remember these numbers.
of course you do.
I think I do.
Producer of the Year. The nominees were Easy Mo B.
Slave.
Yes. Pete Rock.
Don't need to say anything.
Come on, man. Dr. Dre.
I mean, whatever.
DJ Premier.
You don't need to say nothing.
So, Mamelo, my man, who are you giving that award to?
Well, I can understand everyone winning that award except for Dr. Dre. If you want to give it to Easy Mo Boy, you might be like, you know what? That might be Song of the Year, so let's give it to him. If you want to give it to Primo or P. Rock, you be like, look, you nominated Biggie for everything.
Really did. He cleaned up.
Yeah, but all these albums that's getting nominated, like where do beats come from? We did them.
Right.
So Dre's the only one up there. Is like, oh, so Natural Born Killers and Murder Was the Case? Really? Man, shut up. Nah. So if it was me, I'm probably giving it to Pete Rock.
Ooh.
But I'll probably give it to Pete Rock. Only reason why I'm saying Pete Rock is because he was doing like for Nas and all these other niggas that around that time. I mean, Primo was doing the Gangstar album, but Gangstar wasn't nominated for shit.
Nope.
So that's why I would take him. My only reason. And I could understand Easy Mo B, but not Dre. But hey, man, popularity, you got to give it to.
Yeah.
So this is a thing, and this is why, in my opinion, clearly, for the winners, it was not an East Coast bias. Because there's no way, if there's East Coast bias, that Primo P. Rock went and got an award.
This is true. I agree.
Also, very important, I want to say, this is why these awards were the best. Because no other awards were you going to get a Pete Rock or a Primo nominated for shit.
This is true. You're right. Because they'll never
be the Hip Hop Awards.
Never.
No.
Never.
You're never going to get a Smith and Wesson nominated for shit.
Never. Hey, you'll never have an Ill and Al Scratch.
Nominated. And that's why these awards were so important, because these were the closest we were ever going to get to people who made the shit we actually listened to, who were actually dope, getting their just desserts.
Fact.
It was never before or since. The closest thing we got was the Vibe joints, and they tried to be like the American Music Awards.
Yeah, I didn't particularly care for those.
And it was another one, but these were the only awards where you're gonna get. Man, it's crazy. It's a shame what happened.
You're right. You are absolutely right.
Matter of fact, what award show you gave out a soundtrack award?
None.
Exactly.
I mean, like, you won't even get a soundtrack award on Soul Train.
Right.
Soul Train Music Awards.
They had the soundtrack award, man. Come on, these awards were incredible.
Yeah, you and I just would have, we would have handed out different awards to different people, but I had no problem with the categories. Because think about it like this: when you even like, if for those of you who I don't watch the Grammys, but for those of you who watch the Grammys, the categories and the people in the categories don't make any sense, especially when it comes to hip hop and R&B. I mean, I don't even get me started on R&B, but
Rapping bullshit.
I know, right? So before I give you my answer me this, and I hate to put you on the spot, but I know you probably know this. I can't think of it off the top of my head.
I don't know it.
J. Rule's album, The Sun Rises in the East. What year did that come out? You know?
Jump with the Damage, Sun Rises in the East.
Was it 94? I can look it up.
I don't think so. I think that one 90. That one 93. Sun Rises in the East. I want to say no. It might have been 94. It might have been the end of 93, early 94. I'm gonna go early 90. No, it was 94.
Okay.
I know it was 94 because it was after Into the Stage by Black Moon.
You're right.
That was 93.
You're right.
So yeah.
May of 94. May of 94. Good call. See, I told you I could put him on the spot. He still knew it. I couldn't think of it. I couldn't remember if it was 93 or 94. That album was produced by DJ Premier. Just my own personal bias, I would give that award to Premier based off of that. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like you said, he had the Gangstar stuff. He was also producing for Nas, other acts as well. I have to believe that this didn't make the cut for the awards. Probably. I'm willing to bet that it didn't because
there's no way Come Clean wouldn't have been up, because Come Clean came out in 93, so they got an award the year before.
Okay, you're right.
And I think Ja Rule got something, at least got nominated the year before, so I think it missed the cut.
Okay, so that would explain it, because I couldn't see giving Dre, and don't get me wrong, I thought Dre was incredible back then and still is to this day. But at that, we're talking about context, so we have to talk about that particular time span. To me, it's between Primo and Pete Rock. And, Pete Rock, like you said, he did Nas. He also did, at this particular time, Pete Rock and CL Smooth were still making albums. So, yeah, I'm going Primo.
Fucking Dre won Producer of the Year 94. So sport.
Okay.
Man, get out of here, man.
Yeah, so if that's the case, no, I'm not giving it to Dre. It's got to go to Premier. And again,
no bullshit though.
What's that?
I forget the nominees because I don't be knowing shit. But you know who won Lyricist of the Year in 94?
Who?
Snoop Dogg.
I would have to see who he was up against for lyrics. Again, Lyricists of the Year.
Came out who he was up against. Illmatic came out that year.
Nah, I know. Maybe I'm assuming they didn't submit it. There's no way.
The entire Wu-Tang album came out with Snoop. What?
That's crazy.
It's incredible. She's my favorite. Hey, so what happened when Snoop went up? I mean, when Dre went up to get his award?
So Dre goes up to get his award. He goes to think that there's some scattered boos in the area.
Because Dre just beat Primo and Pete Rock.
Yeah, and this is being held in New York City. So you can understand. Now, this is where there should have been some boos if there were going to be any boos, because, again, I can make a case for Pete Rock. I can make a case for Premier. You make a good point. A lot of Easy Mo B's stuff was the Bad Boy sound. And if Bad Boy's winning all of these awards, by theory, Easy Mo B should at least be in the conversation. And maybe that's why he was nominated.
Yep.
But no. And that's no knock on Dre. But nah. Dre not win. You could put Dre in second place. You could put him in third place. No, Dre's not winning this award. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't look good. So Dre wins the award, goes up to accept, and Snoop Dogg takes the mic from him.
In the hell? What? Wait. The East Coast don't love Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg? The East Coast ain't got no love for Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg and Death Row? Y'all don't love us? Y'all don't love us? Well, let it be here. We don't give a fuck. We know y'all East Coast. We know where the fuck we at. East Coast in the motherfucking house. Yeah. Check this out. Check it out. We trying to make music for everybody to enjoy, you know what I'm saying? I got to give a shout out to my homie Big Suge for paving the way so I can make my music. Shout out to everybody at Death Row once again, and we out.
And says, y'all don't have any love for Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. We know we're East Coast, you know, and of course, you know, they're beeping it out or whatever like that. Putting your dislike for Snoop Dogg aside, just for a second, what did you make of that moment?
Again, where did that come from? This was my point. When Snoop was on stage before that to get an award for something.
Mm-hmm.
And he was fine. Thank you, whatever. Because Suge went up there and did that shit, in my brain, Suge either went back and put the battery in everybody's back like, nah, fuck that. This is what we doing. Or weak-minded Snoop was like, yo, nah, I'm riding with my people. And nah, fuck that. I'm gonna be hard now because somebody got my back because I weigh 7 pounds. And y'all ain't got no love for what you winning all the award. What are you talking about? You did a whole fucking performance to start the show.
But they ain't got no love for him.
Yeah, but you should have said something then if you would have felt that. Shut up. You fuck. So that annoyed the hell out of me. I'm like, man, so now all of a sudden, let it be known and we know what we everybody, yeah. Ain't nobody's saying nothing to you. But the more you acting like an idiot, now we got to boo and like, get the fuck off the stage.
Right.
If you would have just went up there and said, hey, yo, thank you, the DPG.
West Side.
LBC, yeah. Okay. That's it. All right. Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Right.
And Drake was up there, hey, I want to thank you.
I mean, he straight took the mic out of his hand. Hold up, Drake.
Man.
Oh man. Yeah. It was gasoline on the fire at that point. Now I will agree with you. Now I love Snoop. You don't like Snoop. I will say this much. You're right. He was either emboldened by, what Suge said and, it just kind of put the battery in the back. But, it goes back to what you said earlier. They weren't booing. And of course, we can't scan the crowd and ask people why they're booing, but they probably weren't booing because Dre was whack. We know he's not whack. He was one of the greatest producers of all time. So even at that particular time, he was still legit. So no, they weren't booing for that, but I wanted to put that in context. And one of the reasons why we were doing this podcast, particularly for those who weren't around at that particular time, I want you to understand that category, was a tough one That might have.
He just won it the year before because please.
And I'm glad you said that because I didn't know. That makes it even worse.
It's about to make more sense to you though, because understand, he won it, and this is why I don't like none of this shit. He won it. He also won Artist of the Year because remember he had album The Chronic. That was 94.
Wow.
So listen, he won for The Chronic. He won Producer of the Year because of The Chronic. He won Artist of the Year, something the fuck how, because he's not an artist. Snoop won New Artist of the Year and Lyricist of the Year. Come on. And so now all of a sudden they
got no love for him.
Oh my God, man. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, man.
Phony, non-writing fuck.
Tell him how you feel, E. But yeah, I think that just, like I said, it was gasoline on the fire at that point. I think what's interesting is if you ever get a chance to hear other artists, maybe artists who weren't even being nominated or performing that particular night, but were there, hearing them talk about it. Like I remember hearing Questlove from the Roots talk about it because the Roots were there. And let's say you don't have a dog in the fight, like somebody like the Roots, but you're just there. They talk about, the tension and everything, and it was just, like you said, it was weird because Suge brought a whole bunch of people. Wu brought a bunch of people. Mobb Deep had, it was, everybody had their clique and groups of people or whatever like that. And again, they're all in this arena.
But here's the thing, it's very important.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody had their group and their cliques to celebrate with them.
Yes.
It wasn't, hey, it might go down.
Exactly.
Bring my people.
Exactly.
No.
It was there. They were there for the celebration. You weren't there for the beef. You were there for, because up until that point, it really wasn't a lot of beef, to be honest.
It wasn't until Stick Your Fingers shut the ceiling during Throw Your Guns in the Air live on stage. People was like, yeah, no.
Right. So I tell you what, that is a great place for us to end this part. We'll come back with part 2. So I want you to keep listening, of course. So that's going to do it for us. But again, we will be back with part 2. So for my man Eclectik, I'm your boy 12 Kyle. We'll catch you guys on the next one. 5 G's.
Rah.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening. This concludes the episode. Be sure to subscribe to the Rap Soul podcast. You can find the podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Follow the podcast on social media. And feel free to continue this discussion on our Reddit page. More importantly, share this podcast with a friend or family member who loves music as much as you do. Until next time, 5,000.